Welcome to the shop. We're gonna build a cat hutch today. This is gonna make a lot of noise, so this video is gonna have very little sound. You're in for a treat, not a bunch of me. Just kidding. Anyway, we're gonna take this old pallet and I'm gonna show you how to take this old pallet and turn it into a cat hutch for, say you got an outside cat that you love, or some trash cat that keeps coming around and you kind of got a soft spot in your heart for it. So maybe try to keep them warm during the winter time. This is how you do it. So get your ear protection and grab some popcorn. This is going to take a minute. We got to remove all the nails, and yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Here we go.
in the night, noise in the void, no clarity in sight. Echo chambers ringing louder than before. Promises whispered behind the liberal door. Media feeds playing their own games. Fractured truths, everyone's to blame. Ignored the shadows creeping from the ground. And here we are now, the king with his crown. This is the pulse of the divide, crashing like waves in the tide. Fear and fire, the game rewired. The unheard screamed and the empire's word. Blue collar cries meet silent despair. Deserts of truth turn to fights unfair. Every vote a spark in the wildfire's haze. Burning bridges, nights turn to days. Algorithms feeding the hunger for war. Windows and walls, what are we fighting for? Misconnections and dissonance reign. The popular spoke through collective pain. Behind the scenes, the puppets rise. Strings of gold, the truth disguised. Through the chaos, one voice found. A mirror's reflection of lost ground. This is the pulse of the divide, crashing like waves in the tide. Fear and fire, the game rewired. The unheard screamed and the empire's word. History written in binary lines, clicks and choices, erasing signs. Who can stand when the ground's caving in? The truth is the war that no one can win.
So, now that we got all that crap cleaned up, we're going to start off building the base of this thing, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do for the walls and the roof. But all I'm really trying to do is just build an elevated base so this thing stays dry for this cat. We don't want, his bed getting on the ground during the wintertime, or, water seeping down on the concrete and soaking up his blanket. So this is going to be an elevated platform to put his bed on with a little bit of a roof and wind block on one side of it. So then that way his outdoor kitty bed with plug-in kitty heater. Yes, our outside trash cat has a plug-in kitty heater. They don't take very much electricity to run. You leave them plugged in all year, you barely know they're there. They're great for the cats, healthy for them, blah, blah, whatever. Anyway, it's just a little hutch so that he is more comfortable outside. It's one of those cats, he's probably never going to be an inside kitty, so we just want to keep him comfortable outside. He hangs around, he comes into the shop, he's fun, he keeps the rats out of the place, so, why not? Anyway, yeah, here we go. Base, 24 by 36. We're gonna build some 2x4 risers to go on the bottom of it like so, just to get it up off the ground, and then we'll start, form the wall and the little roof over the top of it. Simple enough. wanted to hang out, you should have just said it. Wow. Okay, we'll mark this one at 24 inches. Let's grab a pencil, make a mark there. You know, you'll hear people say, like, cut the line, leave the line, heavy half, you know, blah, blah, blah. Those are just referring to, you know, on the person making the marks isn't always necessarily the person making the cuts. So depending on how the person measures on their tape measure and marks on the wood, carpenters are approximates, right? They're not machinists. So they will give you the exact placement of the tape measure in their measurement by how they tell it to you. So say they take their measurement and they put their mark just to the positive side of the half-inch hash mark. Well, they'll tell you that's a heavy half. That way, when you cut it and you come down here and put your line, instead of putting your blade right on the mark, you'll actually leave a little bit of the mark and cut your board a little proud of that actual half measurement. It's a really efficient, effective way to communicate it on a job site. It's cool. Not a lot of people know those little tidbits. Okay, I made a cut on my saw without my safety glasses. Oh no, I'm a man and I have a beard. Back to the saw. Okay, outstandish. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, beautiful. Now we're gonna cut these dudes at 33 inches. Make sure you never run pieces like that through your saw, okay? Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and screw this platform to my boards, and we will be on our way to cat bed. now we have a base. So what we're gonna do next is put a wall on this thing around this side right here. And then we'll just do a little lean-to roof over the top of it, and boom, there we go. The other thing, if you want to get creative or it gets super cold, insulate the underside right here. That way this void can't fill up with cold air, you know, and keep him cold. If you put some insulation in here, that'll just help, you know, keep the whole enclosure a little warmer. Every little bit helps, especially here. It does get kind of chilly. So I'll probably put a little bit of, well, that thing's a little wobbly, but hey, it's reclaimed lumber, you know, we're saving the environment, man. I think I'm gonna use, I mean, you don't have to, you could do this and it will be perfectly fine on 2x4s, and maybe I will use those. I was thinking of using 4x4s, but that's probably a little too much for a little cat house. So, okay, let's do it.